back. We are back here at our ice village in front of the building that fell apart last episode. And today we're starting out the video with some much needed work, which is going to be actually fixing and finishing off this entire building. So without wasting any time, let's jump straight into that. If you take a look at my channel, it's honestly been a very long time since I've done any building, and yeah, I apologize for that. Off camera though, I have built quite a bit, and I honestly haven't even shown you everything yet. But before we do, let's just take you on a tour of this first building, which honestly is extremely empty at the moment. I'm planning on furnishing it in this episode. But the first thing you might be wondering is, where's the staircase? Because there's obviously a second floor. You can see it from out here and in here, but there's only a middle staircase that goes up halfway. And then there's a pit that goes down into nothing. So let me show you what I'm thinking. So in my inventory, I have enough stuff to create a launch pad, and what I was planning on doing is plopping one right here in the middle, and we're gonna see how this works because I haven't tried this yet. But if I just walk backwards and launch up, we're on the second floor. Oh, and there's lightning trying to break my building. Okay. But honestly, I'm very happy this works. As you can see, we have this nice little square that can drop us back down as well. But all you got to do is drop in here. You can bounce around and then you can move to the side and you'll be on the second floor. I was honestly just a little bit bored of building normal staircases, and I think that this is a good replacement here. So we're going to stick with this. Very happy that that worked. Otherwise, the beginning of this video would have been very awkward. But we're walking through some other parts that you can see now. Lightning's actually striking our other building. Again, this is another one that nobody has seen on video yet, and it's not really ready to be shown on video because you can hear an echo in here. And if you go up to the second floor, up this cool little bridge, again, there's nothing in here yet, but I'm planning on just putting one little chest in here. In all honesty, it'll probably end up holding my cheese since the cheese is so sacred, and I want to keep it in a very safe spot. But yeah, this is our cool little pyramid volcano looking thing. As you can see at the top, there's actually a fireplace up here that's sending off the smoke. And that brings us to the main priorities of today's video, which are going to be continuing to build out this village, which there's still parts that I haven't talked about, but don't worry, we will get to them. We want to build out more of that. We also want to make sure we light this thing properly because the only light source in the entire village is that one campfire that I already showed you. All that plus a lot more detailing that we have to do. So I hope you guys are ready for this episode. If you are, be sure to subscribe. I'm sorry I missed a day yesterday. I've been thinking a lot about how I want the future of this series to go because daily uploading on this game right now is a little bit hard if I'm trying to do new build projects every day, but I'm gonna continue to bring you guys the best content possible. So if you're not yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe so you can say you were here before 1 million. Also, code Kaz in the item shop if you guys are buying any Lego Fortnite skins, and if you are using my code, DM me on Instagram with a screenshot. Anyway, we're back here at the main part, and the reason I'm here is to talk a little bit more about this because we have a village here and a whole lot of nothing. We got this part over here where we're smelting all of our metals. You know, we got Bush Ranger, our rarest NPC, working on that. He just got us 1 copper bar. That's absolutely amazing. And then we have our cabin, which is nothing impressive, with all of our villager beds up here. Still looking for a 5th villager. The only reason I wanted to update you guys on this is because what we want to do to start out this episode is take one nice last look at all of the stations we have set up here. We got our gem cutter, our oven, and then of course in the cabin we got some other stuff. But the reason I say that is because we're going to be taking all of those utility benches and moving them over to our main building, which is this ginormous castle looking thing out here. And I think this is actually the first time I'm stepping away and showing you guys it. So I hope you guys like it. I mean, in terms of design, it's pretty basic, but yeah, it gets the job done. And I want to put some of our stations down here, starting with, of course, the most essential one, which is the crafting bench. We just got to think about how we're going to do this because I also, like I said, want to put designs in this entire thing. So I got to place everything in the right spots. And what I'm thinking is I place the crafting bench in this corner. Since this is the main entrance, when you walk up, you're going to be able to see it right away. And it just feels like the perfect spot for a crafting bench. So let's go ahead and start off the video by placing one of these down. We're going to leave a 2-block gap right there so we can place some shelves. Right off the bat, we can go ahead and place some of these guys down. And then we're going to place some lights above it. Also, I need something to put in this little awkward gap that we have, so I'll think about that more later. Another essential is going to be the stone breaker, which is going to require quite a bit of materials because these are sneaky expensive. Let's go see what we got up at our main storage for that. And I honestly love the way these jump pads are coming together. As you can see, we got a whole lot of different transportation methods in the form of different angled launch pads. We have one up here. We have a few up there that I'm actually working on a highway for. There's a lot I've been doing off camera, as you can tell. But anyway, we're looking for some stuff here. We're looking for knot root, and It's not looking likely. I don't think we have any marble. Wow, that's actually insane. So we're gonna go ahead and make ourselves a pickaxe, and we're throwing 3 times damage on it because I honestly think that 3 times damage is the best pickaxe enchantment in this game by far. Anyway, we've arrived at our grasslands cave, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get some more granite. All right, so as you could tell, I obviously got some knot root as well. We got a lot of both materials, so it's time to get home. And we have made it back to base, and as you can see, flying over it, it looks absolutely insane here. But let's go ahead and do some things that we wanted to do. First off, this area right here is actually where I wanted to put a campfire down, and then I want to surround it with benches and things like that. I don't have all the materials yet. Also, I think this is a little off-centered. That should be centered. Yep, there we go. So I'm gonna fill this place up with benches and some fun decor, but I wanted to put the campfire down for now just to light it up a little bit more because it is dark at night here. It's very dark, but we got a lot of marble and a lot of knot root, meaning we can put down some stone breakers in this corner. So we'll put one here, and there's 3, but if you thought we were done, we are definitely not done. There we go. This is the first place that we actually have shelves of stone breakers, and if you know anything about these, they take forever to use. So having 6 of them in one spot is very, very useful. Also, we have the stamina bug, so it's time to back out. And I just collected everything I need to actually upgrade my crafting bench all of the way. So let's go ahead and do that, starting, wait for it. You know this takes a while if you guys have upgraded a crafting bench. Okay, starting with upgrade number 1. Number 2, and number 3. We got our epic crafting bench right here, our stone breakers right here, but we still have 2 corners that need to be furnished, and I did say I would furnish this entire thing, so we're obviously gonna do that. But before we do, I want to show you guys probably my favorite part of this village. It might be dumb to you, but it's personally my favorite part. Okay, let's go down to this dock right here, and this is what I think is personally my favorite part so far. And the reason is because if you jump into the water off of the dock, you can see that there's actually a ladder, and the way I built it, it actually kind of works. As you can see, you can jump onto it, use it as a step, and get back up. Yeah, like I said, some of you guys might think that's pretty lame, but I think this is probably the most satisfying part of the entire build. Okay, sorry, I get excited over the little things. Anyway, with this being a dock that leads to the water, we need to go ahead and give it appropriate furnishing. So let's go ahead and drop in some barrels. And there we go. It's got some real character to it now. And once I actually pop down a village square and get some villagers around here, I'm sure they'll actually come over here and sit down. I've said this since day 1, but I do believe that one day they're gonna add fishing to this game, and then I'll plop down a crate here and we'll go ahead and make this our fishing spot. But for now, it's all aesthetic, it's all decoration. On the topic of decorating things, let's go over to our little fireplace section and do the same thing over here. I hope that in the future they add more decor options, but that's pretty good for now. I like how the wood blends with the stone by adding these little archways that you can enter through. I think that this area looks nice and cozy. Also, a good thing about this village is that mobs don't really come here at night. This is basically the most you're gonna get where they'll throw stones at you, but they actually won't really show up. As you might be able to see, since it's dark, they're swimming in the water here, but other than that, there's not a whole lot that they really even do. Anyway, let's continue filling out this bottom floor now. And I want the most useful things here, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do is add a lumber mill, and then on the other side I'm adding a loom. Pretty boring, but also very, very useful. Okay, so we added a little bit of design, but what you can see is that this is still very empty. It's too empty, and I feel like I know why. If you look up at the roof, it's so high up that it just makes this place feel ginormous, and I think that the way to fix that is gonna be by doing this. We're gonna take granite foundations, and we're gonna use them to lower the entire roof. As you can see, I just did this first section, and it already looks a little bit better. So let me eat my food, and then I'm gonna continue to do this all the way around. And you know what? Honestly, probably my favorite part about this game is the fact that it feels like a puzzle. And when these things fit and they look good, it just makes you feel good. So here we go. When we walk up into this place now, as you can see, it looks a little bit better just because the roof is a little bit shorter. And everything is basically the same. You can still launch up here like normal. So yeah, I think I like the look of that a lot more. I'm now realizing that I have these random gaps here. So we're gonna fix these. And that is much better. We've got one more corner here, and I think what I want to do in this corner is something a little bit different. And basically what I'm thinking about doing is making this a cozy corner with nothing really useful, no utility benches, no nothing like that. What I will put down is a campfire, but before I do, I want to go ahead and design it out. Okay, so there is our little campfire. Of course, the last thing we're missing is the campfire itself, so let's just throw that inside. Okay, it fits. Perfect. What we're gonna go ahead and do on top of that is go ahead and design this little area out into a lounge. Okay, and I don't know if you could see what I did there, but I actually just combined a stool and a chair because I'm too broke to make a couch. Look how expensive these couches are. I don't got wool fabric like that. So yeah, we made a very cheap version of it, and I think it honestly looks pretty good. What I'm gonna actually do is try to put these on the corners. We'll go ahead and round out these corners with a circle little stool right there, and that's our couch. Honestly, not bad. So now when you walk in, we actually have some light off on the right side, and this looks very cozy. The thing we're missing is what I said at the beginning, is just lights all around this place. I need a lot of bright core, so I gotta go back up to my storage. Eventually, I'm gonna move my storage down here. Okay, and it's nighttime, which usually sucks, but right now, not to flex, but if I open my inventory, I can show you guys that I have enough to build every single type of light that this game has to offer, including the ones that require iron bars, and I'm ready to actually waste some on this build. So we're gonna get over here and we're gonna light up this entire place with different lighting options, and this is gonna be a lot of fun. So we're taking full advantage of the nighttime here, and we're gonna go ahead and just start placing down tons of different light options. As you can see, we're starting with these black light posts, which require 3 iron for every single one. So this pains me to do, but at the same time, I think these look really, really cool. Plus they're great for outdoor use since they're obviously made out of iron. I just feel like these make a lot of sense here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just keep slapping these down. Okay, and that should be good. Now along the outsides, we have these nice little street lights. Looks perfect there, but the building itself is still very dark. So I think my favorite lights here are these wall rounded lights. So we'll put a few of these down. It's also getting bright outside already, which isn't ideal, but you guys should already kind of see the vision, and I'm just gonna continue on placing these lights. I'll see you guys when I'm done. Okay. And there is light all up in this place. I don't think I have to show you since you just saw the time lapse, but there's a ton of cool ones, and one that I want to point out in particular, which is this one right here. As you can see, it's not even that expensive to make. You just need 3 different types of materials, and it's my favorite because it actually puts it on a table, and I think it looks great. So I put those around this entire place. I also added some plants to certain areas to make it feel more alive, and I really like the way this interior looks now. I'll do a flyover at night to show you all the rest of the lights, but obviously we put some on the outside as well, which reminds me, now we need to do some around the outside of all of our bridges. Let's get started on that. And that is one way to waste 60 iron in the span of a minute, but I think it was totally worth it because now we have these nice black posts that give off light everywhere around our place. There's still more that needs to be done, but I think it's a great start. Let me wait till it's nighttime and I'll give you one final tour for now. Okay, and I think it's dark enough now to go ahead and do this, so let's go ahead and take you through. As you can see, these don't give off the best light because the lighting in this game isn't great, but I did my best. We scattered lights throughout this entire place, and why does a skeleton spawn here? I didn't even think that was possible. But yeah, looking at this building here at nighttime now, it looks a lot more well lit, and there's lights all around it. If you come out here onto the dock, there's even lanterns there, and this guy actually followed me all the way up here. Goodbye. Anyway, yeah, this is what we got for today. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this village so far. Obviously, this build out is still very early on, and I'm gonna do a lot more. Coming up here soon, what I'm gonna do is actually expand this whole thing out this way. There's a few buildings that I wanna do. I just don't know how I wanna build around that rock because it's in like the worst spot. But that's something to figure out next episode. So let me know any thoughts down below. And other than that, thank you so much for watching all the way until the end of this one. I obviously built quite a bit this episode considering none of this even existed before this episode started. So yeah, any feedback would be appreciated. Other than that, it's been your boy Kaz. Thank you so much for watching all the way until the end. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.